Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm Cynthia Scott, your host for this segment. Today we are joined by Freeholder Lillian Burry, who sits on the board of Fort Monmouth Economic Redevelopment Authority. Thanks so much for joining us, Freeholder. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Cynthia.
Well, Freeholder, it is called FEMERA, and FEMERA entered into a lease agreement with Monmouth County to have a public works facility on some property at Fort Monmouth. Tell us about that.
Well, before I get into that, so the public can understand that this is on what was once Fort Monmouth, the property of Fort Monmouth. There are 1,100 acres there. And when the authority was formed 8 years ago, which I had the good fortune of being a part of, being appointed by the governor, the whole purpose was to transition this property into a viable community. And before we could get to that point, we had to make plans. And obviously, the maintenance of the roads and the reconstruction of the roads and that whole concept of public works was a very important facet of the redevelopment. So what came about, as you had stated, was a lease with the government. Actually, it's with the Army now. And within a year and a half, we hope to have it transition to the county. And the property is located in Eatontown. It's a total of 7 acres. And it was the former motor pool of Fort Monmouth. So it was a very natural use of the land. And I don't know whether I mentioned, it is on Nicodemus Avenue, which finds itself pretty much in the center of Fort Monmouth. And it is, say, a very natural transition for that property.
Sure. And this property, what would actually be the function on it?
Well, the function would be to service the eastern part of the county. When it came to their needs in road attendance, etc. It is now known as the 6th District of our Public Works Department. It was at one time part of the 3rd District, which was in Tinton Falls. So now we have it over on the eastern part of the county, as I said, and it is an area in which the communities will be able to partake in purchasing salt, shall I say, or other needs, road needs, at a discounted price. Shared services would come into play here. So it is a very, very, very good use of the land.
So I would imagine it's going to benefit and be an increase to those existing communities in the area, correct?
Absolutely. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that the communications tower is going to be located on this very site, which will assist further in the 911 program that is so active right now in our county.
And Freeholder, you had said, 8 years in the works, still work to do, obviously, with Fort Monmouth and the changes going on there. But, how much accomplishment have you seen?
Well, actually, surprisingly, I have seen quite a bit of, at times I'm frustrated by the slowness with which government works. And I, of all people, should be very used to it. But on the other hand, I do think an awful lot has been accomplished. The focus right now is on the economic development, and we have brought in an international company called Commvault, and they anticipate really bringing in 2,000 jobs to Monmouth County, which is just a wonderful accomplishment.
And we have certainly seen the population in Monmouth County grow. With the population growing comes an increase in services. You mentioned shared services, obviously expanding existing resources. How does the county and local towns work together to continue to make this a cost savings measure for our residents?
Well, particularly at the motor pool, this is one in which we will assist the communities in that general area with their road needs. Snow removal would be one area I would like to emphasize. These communities really had the equipment or the ability to do this. So now this would be on a shared service basis. And we're there, so it makes it that much more convenient to accomplish. The purchase of salt, the de-icing materials, which that's an economy of scale there because of the quantities in which we purchase. So we can allow the communities to participate in our savings. So it's really a multifaceted saving. And the other thing has been it has been a substantial savings to the county because we estimate we saved $5.5 million by getting this particular site. And the reason why I say that is it was becoming increasingly evident that we needed something like this in this area. There was such a void there.
Right.
And if we had to buy the property and put up the buildings, figure $5.5 million is probably a rather conservative figure.
All right. Well, Fielder, thanks so much for joining us. Lots of great information out there.
Okay, thank you.
All right. That is all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. For more information, you can go to www.visitmonmouth.com. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone.